Hey, welcome to my Uber. All right, welcome back to Unraveled.
You start every episode the same way. Like, you start every single episode like you're starting like a meeting. All right, folks, I'm here with Q1, and I gotta tell you, it's not looking good.
Unraveled.
Tom, your numbers are fucking tanking, bro. But
Okay, hold on. Let's start fresh.
why you don't like Tom?
Hold on. No, I like Tom. I like that, but okay, you start us. Go.
Oh, I start us.
Yeah, now you start.
All right, welcome back on Out to Unraveled. It sounds like a game show.
No, you start it the way you would
Oh, how
start
I would
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Well, I would just put the mic down and pull up my tits.
Okay.
No, I like the way you started.
Well, why don't you do that? And
Shut the
put
fuck
the mic
up.
down. I don't even.
They're
you
not
know,
here for
Your
that.
tits sound fine, but can you just put the mic down?
You can do whatever you want with your tits as long as you're not holding the mic.
Well.
Welcome back. This is Alex.
Hi, I'm Olivia.
Hi. Honestly, my name's Olivia.
Hi.
Hi. What? Me? We had a big weekend. I feel like it's the weekend.
What was a big weekend?
We went to the Griddle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. So I don't know.
Oh, God.
If you don't know about the Griddle, if you haven't heard of the Griddle, I'm pretty sure, I don't know about anymore, but like pre-COVID, if you Googled like iconic LA like breakfasts,
Yeah.
it would be on there. I don't know if it's still a big thing.
At
but
one point, it was inside like a fancy Japanese restaurant up in the hills.
yeah, because they had like, did they have a fire?
I had something. I don't know.
A flood or a fire?
it's-
One of the 7 deadly sins came down on them.
It's enough of an institution that people were seeing that it survived.
Yeah, and now it's back in its own. Is that the original spot?
I have no idea. Probably
Anyway,
not.
it's on Sunset. It's like on
It's
Sunset.
across the street from the world famous Laugh Factory.
Yep. And
And,
it's kind of I mean, Sunset's Sunset, right? I wouldn't say it's the most unsafe street in LA, but it's not nothing.
Yeah. Now,
And we walk, so the Griddle, we walk by it
yeah.
every 4 or 5 days a week on our way to the gym.
Now the Griddle is what it essentially is it's what's that place that's known for like massive pancakes?
Oh, Hash House a Go-Go?
It's like Hash House a Go-Go, but really good.
It's good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, that was our first time we tried one. We split an order of pancakes. And
But we
was,
walk by it on our way to the gym,
Yeah.
and every time we're like drooling over these because like they're like show-stopping pancakes. You know, like when you go to a fancy restaurant and they like make guacamole or like dessert at the table and everyone's looking.
It's like a Chicago deep dish
Pancake.
of pancake.
Yeah.
And then covered in a flavor.
Yeah, and it was like a mix of like Kahlua and Bailey's like whipped cream on
Yeah,
top. It was
so
so
good.
good.
So anyway, we're sitting there, and there are
And they
these,
have outdoor seats.
yeah, we're sitting there. They have 3 tables outside,
Mhm.
and a ton of tables inside. But we were like, nice enough day. And we're sitting out there, and there's this like group sitting 2 tables from us, and it's like these 2 like Harley riding dudes with like handlebar mustaches.
Mhm.
And
someone's old lady.
and somebody's old lady, and there's like 2 like $50,000 Harleys
Yeah.
parked out there,
Right, like they're sitting next to their Harleys.
Yeah,
like they're
and-
those kind of dudes.
and these aren't like Arkansas good old boys. These
No.
are like Orange County,
Or maybe even like the Bay Area, like somewhere NorCal.
Yeah.
Like they did kind of have that road trippy vibe. Like they didn't have a vibe that they were like LA because at one point the guy specifically was like, the mental illness out here is wild. So I feel like they're not Angelinos at all.
Yeah, okay, you're probably right.
Like maybe they live in like where'd we get the dog?
yeah, like
Modesto.
Central California, Modesto,
yeah.
But anyway, so we're sitting there and walking up the street. There's all kinds of people that just walk up and down the street, and this guy's walking by, and he's dressed somewhat normal for.
I feel like he was wearing a pillowcase of sorts. Was he not? Wasn't he wearing like
Well,
a
he was
long
wearing
like
a tank top.
It was like I felt like it was like a beach. Like I thought it was weird because I thought it looked like a beach, like a beach cover top.
Oh, like a coverall.
Like yeah, like it was like a long
Like a-
linen-y
like a
kind
slip?
of thing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I think it was sleeveless but had a hood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I think it was like a beach dress.
You might be right.
And then didn't he have like sweatpant capris on?
Well,
And Crocs, I think.
You get kind of at some point you're trying not to stare, and you just make yourself oblivious
not
to
me.
the threat.
I am here for the outfits. Okay, I moved to LA for one reason.
And like almost all of my crazy homeless experiences have happened on this corner, which is funny enough. So this guy's walking up in his pillowcase, apparently.
His beach pillowcase.
Out of nowhere, he just starts like screaming in the ear of one of these like Harley riding like
mustache wearing.
This was like a man. This wasn't like
yeah. It was like he could have been on. He was probably in town to film the reboot of Sons of Anarchy.
Like it hurts to shake his hand. You know what I mean? Like he's got hurt your hands.
He knows how to weld shit. His hands feel like it.
He's got a gray mustache,
but it's like
he's
like military kept mustache, but a wild like. Rebel design. It's like but it's like pristine still.
Yeah,
like not a hair out of place.
Mm-hmm. And
he was wearing.
And his buddy kind of looked like a crackhead, honestly.
Yeah, he was like he was like a big like.
he was like,
and he's the one with the old lady.
Yeah.
And she had on a Columbia American flag hat. I know because it's the same one that I sent you that nude in a few years ago.
The fishing one.
Yeah.
So.
And hold on, and she had very short hair, but she had her hair in pigtails, like these little like Cindy Lou pig nubs, coming out of her Columbia hat.
And yes, I recall that. And this guy's walking behind him, and he just starts screaming something right in this dude's ears. And all I see out of my peripherals is the way this guy stands up.
It was wild.
And the way he stands up is in a way, because he had to kind of step out from under a table. Like his legs are completely under a table. Yeah. So he kind of like sidesteps and like
did he almost like spin or like,
and like, well, he pivoted under. He pivoted his other leg under. And
it was like a video game. You know when a video game is like, whoop,
if the step he took set him up beautifully to punch this guy, like the way
in the beach pillowcase,
his body moved, I thought, oh, this old boy is like, this is muscle memory. He's just knocking someone out.
Yeah, or he almost also kind of, maybe he used to be like a cop or something. He moved like he.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was like, he had some precision in his movement.
He could just work on an oil rig though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, I don't know, but he stood in a way that in my peripherals, I thought he's going to beat the hell out of this dude. And he didn't, but his movement, I think, even took the homeless guy screaming in his ear.
Yeah.
Like caught him off
guard. Like the guy almost like jumped away from him.
And then he kind of started walking by us still screaming and like, honestly, both of the Harley dudes, the old lady and both of us were just like stuck. It
was like, because when Alex says he started yelling, he was yelling, but the way he started was like a bomb went off. Like it was like one loud, like in silence. It was like one loud, like, oh, like an ape scream.
It was guttural. It sounded almost primitive. It sounded like a cornered animal, honestly.
It was, but it was like like he almost crouched down to do it in this guy's ear.
Yeah, like he, at first we kind of like, not we, I don't know, whatever, but this was, you're right, he crouched, because I almost kind of.
Because he was kind of tall, that guy.
It was almost like, you see those prank videos where kids fuck with people?
Yeah.
But it was.
Or you know that old show Boiling Point, where it was like, how can you piss people off and then will they lose it?
But it wasn't camera driven. It was crack cocaine driven. It was
so wild.
But I told the guy after, I was like, my hat is off to you, because I thought he was about to break this weirdo in half.
Yeah.
And then he ended up crossing the street. And
he like screamed in the face of some elderly woman.
Yeah, and then he started like screaming at a girl who has like a pink Pomeranian.
Yeah, we see her a lot. Well, she was filming him and he noticed that she was filming him and then that set him off. It was wild. He was up and down the block wreaking havoc. We were probably not even like, we were not anywhere near halfway through those pancakes, right? When we left them.
No.
And that was when he came and did that. And I think for like 4 whole minutes after that, we both just sat there like staring. Like we were like you can't, when you think you're about to die, your appetite doesn't like immediately come back.
Well, they were all kind of, we were 5 people in bewilderment, just kind of laughing. Honestly, when really horrible stuff happens to you and you come out unscathed, I think laughter is like the first response.
I mean, what are you going to get mad about it? It's like it could have been a lot worse. And
it's like, what are you going to chase down this crazy person and try to fight him?
Or justify why they're insane.
You're going to sue him,
Well, and what's so funny, though, is that because I mentioned that Alex and I walk by that restaurant on the way to the gym all the time, and we point out two things. The first thing is, oh my God, those pancakes are fucking massive. Those people are hogs. We should go. And the second thing is, who sits out here?
Yeah,
because we have seen homeless people berate a number of patrons over their pancakes there, and then what do? We go sit out there.
We'll sit here.
We're like, there's a few bikers. It's got to be fine.
We'll add to that. Well, there was a third table out there at one point too.
Yeah, they left pretty early.
But add to that like 5 minutes after the guy screams, another guy comes up and he goes, "Hey man, you gonna finish those pancakes?" And I was like, man, I'll put them in a box. I'll leave them right over here for you. Like, I just I'm not.
Yeah, and I don't like wasting food. I love giving. Like, if it can be an easy transaction where I can just give you my food and you don't assault me.
But then he asked, I think, if he could borrow a cigarette.
No, he goes. Alex was like, he was like, you know what, man, I'll get a box for you. I'll leave them right here for you. And he goes, okay, cool. While you doing that, why don't you loan me $1 and I'm going to go buy a cigar real quick. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, you can't win with these.
But it was funny is the biker guy, to this guy were finally like, yo, man, get the hell out of here. And they like all kind of in unison started yelling.
Well, they also took it out on that guy, what had just happened. Yeah. Like, it wasn't really that guy's like, this guy just kind of wanted a meal and a cigarette. And I'm not, you know what I mean? He wasn't being too.
Yeah, but
he was a lot.
But that's the thing is, it just takes one crazy to ruin it for all of us. It just
Why are you saying us? Why are you putting us in that category?
Well, it's everything. It's comedians.
I thought you meant it just takes one crazy of them to ruin it for the begging culture. And I was like,
well, yeah, it takes one of anything to ruin it for, So anyway,
I don't know if we're going to go back to the griddle. I think the griddle might have been a one and done experience. I think it's that kind of experience anyway. It was great. The food was actually really good as far as a massive diner food goes. It the food was. It didn't have you know how a lot of those are super greasy.
Good bacon.
If you are a tourist coming to town, I would say it's a fun experience, but maybe sit inside.
Yeah,
maybe inside is the answer.
One of our friends used to work there.
Yeah, a couple of our friends.
Yeah, and we used to see him there a lot, and I now understand why he no longer works there.
And also why he was a drug addict.
Oh, yeah, he was, huh? Yeah. There's that too.
Yeah, no, that's been. I also decided I'm not getting a car. That's a big one for me. My lease is up. Have you ever leased a car?
No.
Oh, God. It's the most stressful thing. When your lease is about to. It's imagine you have to move out of. You either have to move out of your apartment or buy it. That's a shitty feeling. It's you have to give it having a time frame is shitty. So I'm just giving her back. I'm not going to get a new one. It's weird. I started working with what are those people called?
A broker?
A car broker? Is that it? I feel so fancy. I feel like I'm the kind of person who can say, call my lawyer.
Call my broker.
Call my car broker. If I say that to people, they're going to be like, she is so poor.
You need a lawyer.
I'm going to try to buy a house. Call my car broker.
You need a lawyer, too. So.
This bitch is going to end up as a personal reference of mine on every fucking Aaron's rent a couch I ever apply for next. But yeah, anyway, so I test drove the Volkswagen ID4, which I've wanted an electric car for so long. It's weird. It's one of those things that I think, you know how you say you want something forever and then someone brings it to you on a platter and you're like, I'm into it.
Yeah.
So
it's a big gay vehicle.
But isn't do a lot of gays drive the ID4? I thought that was the buzz. Sounds more like there's.
Yeah, I guess.
It's gay. Are you calling it homosexual, stupid, or happy? In which context are we using gay?
Happy,
it's happy and homosexual, maybe?
Sure.
Now you're making it sound like I gave up a fun gay.
Well,
I could have named him something like Bert.
Well, I guess it'd be
fun gay.
I guess it'd be a German.
He's German.
I guess it'd be a German gay. So
Alvita.
The interior is leather. You know what I mean?
It was leatherette, whatever that means.
Yeah. It was black, shiny
leather. They don't make those
leather.
Germans like they used to.
Why are there chains built into the seats? Instead of a seatbelt, you just have a sex harness. It only plays house music. Anyway.
I do love a good house music. My name is Bert.
Put on the leather daddy harness.
A dildo
for
just
your
comes
safety.
out. You can press a button and a dildo comes up instead of seat warmers.
Yeah.
Seat fuckers.
Yeah. It works perfect.
So anyway, I liked it enough. It was cute enough. But we've decided that I'm useless. I earn nothing and I go nowhere. So yeah. Like it costs more to bring me nowhere than it does. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying. With a car.
Yeah. Every month I'm going to pay to insure myself to go nowhere. I mean, with any luck, I'd go off the side of a bridge and me and the car would be taken care of, no?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have to figure out how to one day pay for our Botox. Me and Bert.
Sure.
Anyway, no car for me, so that'll be a weird one.
She's a pedestrian now.
Oh, I'm one of those. Do I have like a professional Uber account now? Now my Uber rating matters now because I can't.
She is just like, she's a few months away from screaming in people's ears at the griddle.
In a beach pillowcase?
This fucking city. I wish I could even gather what he was screaming.
I heard the words America, and then I heard the words table blocking. And so my two thoughts, if I were trying to put logic to it, was that those dudes look super rednecky.
Yeah,
and
that
she was
my
wearing
thought.
the American flag hat. So I thought he was like, fuck you guys, you voted for Trump kind of feel. But then he was at the end of the block and he was like looking down the street and he was yelling something about like table and I can't table or something. And I was like, is he mad that these tables are, because they're like outdoor dining is like kind of takes up half the
Just
sidewalk.
takes up the sidewalk.
So I don't know that, but there's probably none of that is true. He's probably screaming at his dead uncle.
But in all fairness, in this,
who comes out when he injects the crack. He's not supposed to do that.
I know you can't reason with these people, but you almost want to be like, hey man, your people take up more of the sidewalk space than brunch spots. You know,
I'm just eating here. You guys fucking live here.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys leave everything you own in a pile here until rats are climbing in it. Like,
there's 17 bicycle tires on this corner here. I can't have a pile of pancakes.
I'm contributing to the local economy. All right, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
good times.
That's what's going on in our world. Just big city problems, the homeless crisis, and now I'm a metro passenger.
Oh,
those two problems honestly sound like it sounds like the second problem is only going to make the first problem worse. Oh, you were assaulted on the street and then you decided to get rid of your car?
I'm publicly transported now.
Yeah.
Oops.
Uh-oh. You just see me coming home like one day just covered in someone else's whipped cream from a stolen pancake. I got hit in the face with.
I was going to give him the pancakes too. And in all fairness, you get very messy serving these pancakes. And I was going to cut them up and put them into a box for him. I was going to do a whole thing for him.
You were going to cut them too?
Well, I was going to have to get them into a box. Something tells me.
In all fairness,
you gonna bring me a pizza box?
The server was on his way out there to box it for us. So that homeless was getting like world class. He fucked up that 4-star treatment he was getting by asking for to borrow $1.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Fucking homeless. You can't teach him.
Yep. I got an article for you. You want to
hear
hear it?
Go on. Yes, I want to hear it.
Surrogacy just brought YouTube and Netflix star Miss Rachel.
Oh, this whore.
A new baby.
Oh my!
And
you're a kid star and you can't even push it out.
She's not a kid. She's a star for kids.
Yeah.
Do you know about Miss Rachel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know about Miss Rachel. She's infiltrating all my shit.
Okay.
I spend one day with Taylor and her kids, and Miss Rachel's in my algorithm.
So Miss Rachel had a surrogate. And she's not alone. Here's why the business is booming.
Oh, I love this. I fully support surrogacy. I just don't like Miss Rachel.
I'm not a huge fan either. But
she's like she's Blue's Clues. She's wearing overalls and a pink t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You're Steve.
Yeah, she's YouTube Steve. She's poor kid Steve.
Did Steve kill himself? No, that's not true, because I saw a TikTok message from Steve to all millennials, like during COVID or like when Trump won or something, and it was like, hey, you're going to be okay. He put out like a national broadcast to all millennials. It was like one of the days the world was melting down, so I think he is alive.
Well, good for him.
Okay.
Relevant? No. Alive? Breathing? He's
think
like
he's
that
wrong.
kid from Home Improvement. You know what I
Jonathan
mean?
Taylor Thomas.
Yeah.
Actually, he looks a lot better than Jonathan Taylor. Have you guys seen Jonathan Taylor Thomas recently? Oh my God. You guys.
If I would have told you 20 years ago that one day Steve from Blue's Clues would look better than Jonathan
I know.
Taylor Thomas.
If I looked at Jonathan Taylor Thomas now and told my 8-year-old self that I humped my teddy bear to that in Tiger Beat, I'd be like, Jesus. Like, he has the amount of chins that Harvey Weinstein has. I don't know what happened.
Be nice to him. He's just
And
a
he
boy.
gave up Hollywood. He didn't want any of the finer thing. Well,
you look like you don't want none of the finer
now you have
things.
7 kids. You live in a ranch somewhere.
Anyway,
Married to someone named Belinda.
the part of this article that doesn't matter is that Miss Rachel had a baby using surrogacy.
Okay, that's the part that doesn't matter.
Well, it's a whole. Yeah, no, I'm getting into.
Oh,
it's just
okay.
about surrogacy.
Okay.
But many other high-profile parents
Tons of people.
have also had babies via surrogate.
Kim K.
Sarah Jessica Parker, Elton John, Nicole Kidman,
I mean, should Elton John even be on that list?
Well-
What were his options? Was he going to do it himself?
Andy Cohen. Yeah, those are a little obvious.
Jeff Lewis.
Every
I think.
single Kardashian, Gabrielle Union, Tyra Banks,
I support it. I like it.
plenty of regular.
Bill and Juliana Rancic.
Well, plenty of regular folks have too. The number of embryo transfer procedures.
No, they haven't. Plenty of regular folks have not.
Well, listen.
I promise you that.
The number of embryo transfer procedures during a gestational surrogate more than tripled to 9,195 between 2010 and 2019, according to the CDC. So it is more than tripled in a matter of 9 years, and that was measured 2019. Since then, it's probably only gone up. I mean, that's kind of the only job a girl can get at in this economy.
I was going to
you
say,
know?
I feel like I have a few years. Should I be doing this?
Well, I was
You
getting.
have to stay sober. It's a whole
This
thing.
article-
Can you, and also,
Oh God.
I don't really think I'm built for it
No,
anyway.
because I would not get enough of that money to deal with you.
I'm pretty sure they make if you do like a celebrities, I think you make like $100,000.
I'm gonna tell you some
Although
numbers.
if you think about it, $100,000 for because pregnancy is actually 10 months. Your body's not coming back. I mean, that's like making less than 6 figures a year to ruin your puss.
Yeah,
Also, you can go to celebrity birthday parties once a year until they hate you.
yeah, pretty much. So
Until the
it's-
lazy eye doesn't go away and they start to blame you.
I'm going to talk about some numbers.
Okay.
So while the exact current numbers are difficult to pinpoint, it's safe to say the business is booming. Global surrogacy market was valued at $175 million a year in 2022.
Oh, that's actually way less than I thought it would be.
Projected to reach $303 million by 2031. Growing at, I guess it is kind of a small number, but it is also kind of crazy that it is a very expensive procedure. So you're right. That doesn't seem like a ton of money. If you were to divide it by
How much it costs per person?
so it breaks it down. It's interesting. North America is the highest contributor to the market, expected to grow during the same period by 6.3%.
I mean, I'm so on board for this. Like, I have a question. If it wasn't about the money, if it was just about if we were rich, would you hate this or love this? It's obviously for most people, it's your child. Like, it would be our biological child. It's just literally like someone else has IVF basically to get your eggs implanted into like the second half of IVF.
Yeah.
So they literally just grow your child and birth it. Do you think would you hate that? Or would you be like, I don't give a fuck?
Well, let's get into the number, shall we?
You don't look at the pricing. That's why I said don't base it on the pricing.
So it says here that there are two types. Commercial surrogates are typically found through agencies. And then there are, what do they call, altruistic arrangements where a woman will care for like a friend of the family kind of a thing. Those who are paid typically make about $30,000, with some going as high as $100,000. Although the total cost for the intended parents or parent is much greater, usually between $100,000 to $200,000.
Because I don't think their health insurance is allowed to cover their birth.
No, it
right?
doesn't. So it says it's quite significant, and that's largely because you're paying a lot of different people. Generally, you're potentially compensating the surrogate, then the agency, because they do all the work behind the scenes. You have your attorney their attorney. Both parties need an attorney, it states.
I imagine.
Yeah.
It seems like something that could get a little messy.
The intended parents as well as the surrogate, and then you're paying for the medical services. That's something included getting a separate medical policy to cover the surrogate's labor and delivery costs.
Interesting.
This is a completely cash market, she adds, that there's not any coverage. There's often reimbursement from different employers. Partial reimbursement.
Interesting.
30. I think that a lot of them will match 30, 10, 15, stuff like that.
Progressive. I like this.
In fact, it's what drives some intended parents to find surrogates in other countries where the process is much cheaper, but that comes with risks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our kids just growing over in Russia.
Yeah. She said it's hard to know if the process is exploitative, particularly in countries like India and Turkey, basically taking advantage of somebody who is destitute and has no options.
Oh my God.
The Ukraine has also become a hub of surrogacy. That's honestly, it's classier than mail order, which is what Russia's known for.
I just cannot imagine trusting your.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that makes me ill. I cannot. Plus, what kind of care are they getting over there?
Yeah. That's my daughter. Pardon the cleft palate. She drank Saharan water in the womb. Yeah.
It's like I was taking my prenatals, but then the bombs went off, and I just.
Well, after our village was turned into rubble.
Yeah.
I
was able to dig out a few dirty ones, but I'm trying to make them last.
The Taliban executed the town doctor, and since then it's been really hard to just keep. Yeah. It says globally, there are at least 10 countries that legally ban commercial surrogacy, including Cambodia, Italy, Germany, and Spain. Interesting. Reasons behind illegality believes surrogacy attorney Judith Host range from extreme judgment of parents who use surrogates to paternalistic attitude. I think there's judgment that people just want to pay somebody to carry their baby because they don't feel like being pregnant. I'm going into my 15th year practicing reproductive law, and I have never had one single case where somebody doesn't want to carry their pregnancy.
I mean, that's true. That's why I just asked you, though, what you would say, because it's like you are essentially paying, most women, I think, can't. Mm-hmm. I think there is health risk. I know a lot of different kinds of cancers carry a health risk for getting pregnant because of. Yeah. So if you're someone who's diagnosed with cancer young, I think that there's a major risk in changing your hormones up. Mm-hmm. I think if you have anything obviously going on with your parts, your baby holding and making parts, I think a lot of women can't. But what I'm asking is if I just was because I would have 5 kids if I didn't have to have them. To me, the worst part of being a parent would be having a child.
That you would be chemically less bonded with a child somebody else had with your DNA than you are?
No, I think I would be more bonded with it because when I look down, I wouldn't hate everything I saw. Okay. Shaking baby syndrome is probably women just looking at themselves and being like, what the fuck happened here? Why don't I know anything about myself?
Her clients say that her clients often say that they've gone through dangerous pregnancies.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, they're told not to try again.
Dangerous deliveries.
They've had hysterectomies or breast cancer.
Yep.
They have high risk being exposed to the estrogen needed for IVF. And about 15% of her clients are same-sex fathers. She says, I just came back from the 3rd International Surrogacy Forum in Cape Town, Africa. Oh, boy.
Wild.
I bet that's a hell of a conference.
Honestly, it's probably probably a reason for a bunch of smart rich people to stay at some classy. There's probably giraffes that walk through and serve champagne.
I mean, in all honesty, that's The Handmaid's Tale is what it. They're selling it to the people that can afford cable, but what it really is the people that can afford cable doing overseas surrogacy.
Yeah, in my mind. Also, if we're rich enough for me to pay a surrogate, we're rich enough to have they live with us.
Yeah.
In my mind, I would want them to in my mind, if I needed this, it would be some down and out girl
you
who both her parents, both her parents died and she just needs somewhere to live. And we have a cool mother-in-law suite and she, I'm not going to send her to fucking Cambodia with my eggs.
Yeah.
Man, maybe that's just a woman in her 30s speaking. If you're in your 20s, maybe you're go.
I mean, honestly, if I'm rich and she's already in the guest house, so why don't you stick around for another 6 months and breastfeed too,
Yeah, I mean, that's how you have 8 years later. Someone just lives with you with her kid in the guest house. You're like, damn, they changed the locks again.
This is how an episode of like Worst Roommate Ever
Yeah.
starts.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, first I had their baby and I was living in their mother-in-law's quarter.
Yeah.
And then I decided I was going to kill his wife because I wanted to replace her. And then
We could be a family.
he got really mad, so I killed him too.
Oh my God. So now it's just me and the family dog on the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it's a really cool option. I think, again, people like me who would want to use it for my reasons is probably not what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would be. But you're not going to bullshit. You're not going to tell me that no woman ever has used it because she didn't want to be pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you just said that lady said no one has ever.
She's saying of her the people that come to her.
Okay, well, then what's she run? A fucking Christian one?
Well, no, she probably runs a cheap one. The people that are Kylie Jenner's they got someone. Okay?
No, I think Kylie Jenner had her own kids. Actually.
Okay, Kim
but
Kardashian.
You got to save it for your later years. They've all had their own kids, but then they start giving them away later.
I know, but Kim Kardashian isn't like just walking. Kim Kardashian doesn't find her surrogates in the yellow pages.
No, there's like celebrity agencies for that.
I know, and they don't comment on these sleazy articles.
So how much do you think Kim Kardashian pays her surrogate?
Oh, $500,000.
That's what I mean. Is I should have done that as soon as I got out to LA, fresh
Baby,
off the boat.
I think a lot like modeling, you just weren't born with the body type for
but
it.
it's not my genes.
No, I know, but
You're saying that I don't look like a comfortable place to house a celebrity baby?
No, have you ever heard
that
about
Lamar Odom's half kid?
You know, some cultures they really love like large women because of their ability to carry. You know, their childbearing hips.
Yeah.
You know. There's not a lot of room for you. Like, listen.
And I'd have to stop taking my Adderall.
Here, how about we go like this? A lot of the Kardashian kids, the donation samples are black. There's not a lot of room in you.
Are you saying I couldn't mother a black baby?
No, I'm saying there's not a lot of room in you.
Oh my God, that's the most racist thing you've ever said.
Lamar Odom's kids are coming out at 20 pounds, and I don't know if you can fucking handle it, okay, sweetie? That's what I'm trying to say, and it's with love.
That is so mean.
It's with love, okay?
I will carry Lamar Odom's kids without...
That scrawny little Travis Barker, you could carry his...
I know, see?
Well, I don't know, because Alabama Barker's
I don't know. Is that his
That's
kid?
his daughter, and she's beefing with Bad Baby, and she's an OnlyFans model, and she's a big girl. So
is this the fart jar girl?
No, this is Shanna Moakler's daughter.
Oh,
yeah. You know this.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
She's a big girl?
She's a big girl.
What happened?
A lot of things happen.
The apple falls real far from the tree.
When you start, as soon as
it lands in a cake.
Bad Baby's baby daddy hit her up.
Hit up Alabama or Bad Baby?
Hit up Alabama. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Bad Baby's baby daddy hit up Bama. And Bama
with his fist or the phone?
And Bama said, I ain't about that.
Uh-huh.
Maybe she said I am about this. Anyway, it's a whole thing.
You don't have any of these details about these skanks.
No, so Levon hit up Bama, and
who the fuck is Levon?
Levon is Bad Baby's baby daddy. Listen, if you're not up on your rap beef, it's okay. But they're having a very public rap beef. They're both very talented rappers, like very talented.
Bad Baby?
Bad Baby and Bama Barker are both talented. Bama Barker and Bad Baby are both very talented rappers.
Are you lying?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You said it so seriously that I was like, wait, what?
I love how much of a tongue twister it is just on. This is like God's
celebrity
tongue.
Kids.
This is God's tongue twister.
Yeah, just like influencers and celebrity
Bad
kid
Baby's
names.
beefing with Bama Barker, and we'll be back in 15 minutes with all the blistering. Yeah.
Well, good to know. There's options. Oh, well, the thing I was going to say about the gay men, 15% were same-sex couple. I mean, I'm assuming it was gay men.
Yeah.
Right? I would assume with 2 uteruses, you wouldn't pay someone else to carry it, right? That's one lazy fucking couple, huh? Like, no, you carry it. No, you carry it. Anyway, that one's got to be... That's got to be even more expensive because not only do you have to pay someone to carry, like, I wonder if the gay couples use the surrogate in, like, do they get
They would probably
Do
get
they
a donated.
use their eggs
They'd
too?
probably get a donated one.
Well, so you're finding 2 women, like not women. I guess the eggs I think you get from like a lab.
Yeah,
Like,
same-sex couples, when it comes to reproducing, they have to work a little harder. Yeah.
well, I just wondered, wouldn't it make more sense to get the eggs from the person who's carrying the baby, not to fuck her? I'm saying there,
No.
there are ways like.
No, but there are probably eggs out there that come from pretty good stock. And this 16-year-old German girl that really needs the money.
She's like a track star trying to make it to the next Olympics.
Like, yeah, she's got great bone structure, but
she doesn't want to carry a baby. Yeah.
She wasn't college bound, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
This Cape Town.
I feel like if you and I were it doesn't matter what qualities your surrogate has, but if you and I were picking out like an egg donor, we'd be looking for very different things.
Why? What do you think I'm looking for?
Well, I feel like the practical thing is to like get them to be smart, right? And like, you want the success? No, I would
tall.
Not too tall though.
No, tall.
No, I'd want him to have like weird quirks. Like I want his dad to be a juggler.
We're using science to have a child, and you don't want to fix your one deficiency.
No, I want him. That's how you make him like you, to find someone else fucked up. What are you gonna? You're gonna try to raise a specimen from a perfect person as a loser?
Child found out, especially if you end up with a son and he finds out that you made him 5'4" on purpose because you didn't want to be small
okay,
alone.
I would never make him 5'4".
He would hate you.
I would make him gay and black. I wouldn't make him
like,
5'4".
What was his sperm on sale? Why'd you get it?
Can you imagine? Do you think there's 30%? Here, there's promo code sperm.
Listen, I think we can listen.
Like dogs at the pound. There's newsletter sperm.
We got the Short King special going this weekend. Listen, he's real smart and his eyesight's good. Great head of hair. 5'4". How does that sound, Mrs.?
How much is it?
How does that sound, Mrs. and Mrs. Rubenstein?
How much is it for this sperm that you're talking of? How much? Well, give me the price.
Oh, a cup? Or how much you want? A gallon? What are you gonna need?
Bertha's a big bitch. We gotta load her up. They gave us a turkey baster on the way out of our point.
Yeah. No, we could probably do it for $45. If you go on Yelp and you leave a good review, I think we could do it for.
You get a free pre-roll with this with this syringe of cum.
$99. $99.99. Well, and a shot of whiskey, because I assume that's why you're having someone else have your baby, is because you have a drug problem.
No, I thought we were buying a sperm.
Yeah, but I assume
one of these bitches has to get pregnant with this sperm.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
Are you buying this sperm and taking it to some other poor girl to get? It's getting so expensive.
I mean, this is why they're so expensive. They're
so many middle women in this.
It's a very tricky legal process. I got 9 women having my baby. I ain't fucked one of them.
Can you imagine? I didn't even use a lawyer in my divorce. I would end up just being like, I can't find my kid. They convinced me to do this online thing. We both just signed an e-doc and
we're having an at-fault surrogacy. No, he can't. We can't get pregnant. It's his fault. So we're having
Over 7 months ago, Alex and I did a HIMS UGC ad. If you don't know what that means, it stands for user generated content. They pay you to get all these like behind the scenes shots of something, and then they clip them all together and they make like Instagram ads for them. Who was it that said they saw?
One of my short friends who's going through a divorce.
I said
it showed up in his algorithm.
Anyway,
it showed up in a few comedians. A few people have brought it. You know what's funny is we were on the road a few months ago. And
let us know if you've seen it.
And
one of you definitely will. Now that we're talking about it out loud,
people do see this, and it's for they're for dick pills.
They are. Well, HIMS does other things, but they targeted us specifically to represent the dick pills. But the point in saying all of this is that not once, but twice, because they needed a reshoot because they sent us the wrong thing. They sent us these gold confetti cannons that made, first and foremost, we did probably 15 takes of this
in the house,
and I don't think we got a single one of me not flinching.
Yeah,
like it was the loudest, like most explosive.
You have to squeeze it super hard,
and it's like, you know that ride, the Tower of Terror, when you're like about to fall, and you're like, fuck, just get it over with. I'm so afraid. It's like that when you're trying to push it up. You're like,
Well, and it's also, I mean, they have put like legitimate gunpowder in these things.
We found, and there's this big plastic like
caps.
Like, yeah, and we found it like in the ceiling. Anyway, we just have still found a piece of gold confetti on our fucking, all that $400 or whatever.
Yeah.
To be sweeping up gold. We needed all of that for a maid just to clean up the confetti. Just was a nightmare this time around.
Yeah, I mean, but with reshoots and confetti,
and of course it was the confetti ones. They needed the reshoot.
And all of that aside, the reshoots were because they sent us the wrong product.
Yes.
The reshoots were not because we messed up.
Nothing.
They sent us the wrong product. So we shot all this promotional material with the wrong. Well, you shot it with our lengthening dick pill, and we wanted
these
you
are
to
for girth.
We wanted you to shoot it with our girthening dick pill.
Please, these are Valentine's Day ads.
So I don't know.
What do you want more on Valentine's Day than a wide, girthy cock? You bring a long cock to Valentine's Day?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I don't know if you've heard of our
dump him.
I don't know if you've heard of our lengthenator.
Peter Longcock took me out last year to Nobu.
I don't know if you've heard of our lengthenator package, but this is actually for a girthinator package, and we're testing it in your market now. Here's the worst part of all of it: the confetti's still on the floor. The lack of the money we pretty much lost in doing it. The fact that we didn't even have the clothes we taped the originals in, like all this nonsense. Was a whole thing. The fact that you have to completely clean your house twice, annoying.
Well, before and after.
Yeah.
We have to like prepare for people to come over, and then we have a fucking Y2K's party worth of.
The worst part is that when it's all said and done, after taxes and paying our friend Danny to shoot it, I probably made $75.
And the whole internet thinks you can't get your dick hard.
The whole internet thinks my dick won't get hard. So
I love how they put really small with an asterisk too. It's like actor portrayal.
Yeah.
Like I love that when it says that on the herpes commercials. You're like, bitch, I'm the face of herpes. No one's read your asterisk.
Well, since I've seen that, I just assume that user-generated content is all kind of like 7-degree separation.
I think so
anytime
too.
I see user-generated like herpes medicine, I'm like,
you assume
somebody
you know
I know has had sex with her.
Yeah.
Like when you see those prep commercials, you're like,
half the dudes on there we've definitely seen out at WeHo Pride.
Yeah,
I know.
Like I take prep from me, you know, and it's like,
and they're like, for me,
for me, with Hypnodia, I take prep for me. Like seriously.
And then like 700 possible reasons you'll die from taking prep just come on while they're like dancing through the air, acting like everything's fun.
Some of our ad reads require for cover to cover require like a disclaimer.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to just be like, this product may or may not be effective. And you're
this
like,
product may or may not kill you.
This is me speaking really fast and saying that I've been lying to you this entire time. Everything I just told you
me
is
and my
actually,
family have never actually used these products. What if they something?
Everything I've told you is actually complete bullshit, and this product will actually leave you completely dissatisfied.
Known to cause cancer in dogs.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah. It's
honestly though, that is a special skill. The guys who can really cleanly read that for like banking commercials and shit.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
I would stumble a lot.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
No lip smacking, no.
They're like, listen, we need you to tell people that we just lied to them in legalese in 4 seconds.
But sound charming.
But it's actually
neutral.
For the Super Bowl read, we need you to do it in 1.5 seconds. Yeah. You're like, all right.
Okay, I have an article for you.
Okay.
10 animals with more interesting sex lives than you. You ready?
Yeah.
The animal kingdom is full of weird and wonderful creatures having weird and wonderful sex.
Okay.
From self-pleasuring monkeys to hooligan penguins, here are 10 animals whose sex lives have left biologists with open mouths. Leopard slugs take part in a mystifying mating dance.
Okay.
So this slug legitimately, he dances to get... So the chunky critters dangle from trees and rocks on a thread of mucus, twisting into each other and thrusting their penises out of the side of their heads.
That sounds like our first date.
The tryst ends with the pair exchanging sperm. Are leopard slugs gay?
If you have to ask, you're tone deaf right now. You're being tone deaf right now.
Like most land slugs, leopard slugs have both reproductive organs.
Oh, okay. Well,
their penis. Holy shit. Their penises can measure up to 35 inches.
Wow.
That's like 3 feet, isn't it?
Imagine they probably gotta like unroll it.
Oh, they're like crazy women. After the courtship ends, they can hold on to sperm for months.
In a freezer.
Sometimes even years.
Like I'm a celebrity and you're trying to catch me.
Ew, the slithers have been known to eat most of it and keep only a small amount for fertilization. Ew, wait, can they get themselves pregnant?
You're going to need 3 feet to do that. So,
All right, number 9, female dolphins feel pleasure through fully functioning clitorises. Proof. I want to see. Male roundworms risk their lives for sex due to brain receptor. That sounds a lot like male human.
Yeah.
Male roundworms will face all kinds of peril to get laid. The little wrigglers are willing to put their lives at risk for a chance to mate and often struggle to learn from experience. Their reckless behavior is caused by a protein in their brains called NPR5.
Well, that's funny because in humans, if you've got NPR on your brain, you're never getting laid.
But you might risk your life to try.
Hi, this is NPR guy coming at you with a quick pickup line. What smart has 2 thumbs and would love to reproduce with you like an African slug? With like a 3 foot.
It's a leopard slug.
Who's got a dick like a leopard slug? Me. You like my NPR voice?
I like it. It's soothing.
Yeah.
You sound like someone I'd want to swap semen with. It says that scientists found that when fertile mates are around and the male worms have lust on their minds, they become far less likely to respond to danger. We know that male worms will abandon food to look for a mate. Salamanders will travel miles for a quickie. I mean, that implies that sometimes salamanders fuck for like a long session.
Yeah.
Isn't it all a quickie?
Aren't all animal encounters a quickie?
Like they just fuck to fuck, right?
Like there's bears in these woods. Let's get this over with.
Apparently, female salamanders don't travel.
Boy,
I mean, it sounds
I'm
lot
hearing
like,
a lot of parallels
lot of
with human sex
similarities.
here. Yeah.
Extinct trilobites. Do you know what that is?
Trilobites? Yeah.
What is it?
Trilobite.
It sounds like a bad brand. It sounds like a discount gum.
I think it's
they used to joust for sex.
It might be an underwatery thing. I don't know. I don't know.
It looks like some kind of like sea or like
I think it is
some kind of bony creature.
Plankton.
Graphic penguin sex shocked a polar explorer. When Captain Scott's intrepid team arrived at the South Pole in 1910, one member was taken aback by what he discovered. He took notes on the graphic sex lives of Adelaide penguins, which he described as depraved. The biologist was so shocked that he felt the need to write in Greek. When they were published, the sexual details were scrubbed from all official versions. However, some original copies remained at the Natural History Museum in London. They describe hooligan males mating with live and dead females, sexual coercion and abuse, and taking part in same-sex acts.
I think this was the report that he was supposed to write for the Royal Navy. He's like, when you file your report, just say it was the penguins, kid.
Monkeys in Bali use stones as sex toys.
I believe it. I mean, humans do too.
Horny primates at the Sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary in Bali. Oh, God, there's just a bunch of like fucking charitable monkey lovers who are going to spend a day with the monkey.
I bet a primate sanctuary.
They're known for tapping and rubbing stones against their genitals for pleasure.
Cool.
And then number 3, fish sex sometimes results in the creation of a new species. Female fish need to be careful when choosing a mate. If they mistakenly breed with a male outside their breed, they could inadvertently create a brand new species.
So why be careful?
I don't.
That's how humans are like, this is my species.
Yeah.
No, I created my own species. Just because your kid has 4 eyes doesn't mean it's your own species.
No, it means you slept with your brother in that trailer again. It says sometimes if the female cannot see clearly or if the male's coloring catches her eye, she might stray from her usual type. Their offspring might inherit a hodgepodge of genes from both parents, which can lead to a new species. See what happens when women stray from their type? Female giraffes urinate into their partner's mouths. That's where it came from in porn. Those Asians in that onesie must have seen giraffes do it.
Yeah.
And then Aussie marsupials can die after sex or even turn into cannibals.
Yeah.
You ever fuck someone so good they want to eat a person after?
No.
Or in this case, a marsupial? That's it. Those are the 10 things if animals are doing better than us. To be fair, I don't think any of those are traits I desire.
Yeah.
But they are more exciting. When's the last time you made me just feel so fucking bothered I pissed in your mouth.
Yeah, you want to impress me. I want to see a walrus in a harness just going ham on somebody.
I mean, honestly, you want to use a surrogate to create a new species with me?
Yeah, let's do it.
What are they talking about? That's still celebrities already doing that.
What color?
Species or fish?
Fish.
What color fish do we want to create?
No, I meant what color baby are we going to have?
That's what I meant when I said I said species or a fish. I meant
I was like,
baby.
I don't know how to answer this.
Baby or fish.
All right, well, while we're on the topic, here, how about the number one thing people love most about sex, and it's not what you think.
What's the title called?
It's the top 5 things that humans love most about sex.
Okay.
Top 6, I guess, and it's not what you think. So
Okay, wait, we should play the, what's that called? The Price is Right? Or no. What's it called? Family Feud?
Okay, okay, yeah.
Okay, the top 5, and it's not what I think.
Top 6 answers.
Orgasms.
Number 6, bing, bing, bing.
Okay.
It's my chance to steal.
Oh, okay, you go.
No. I'm not going to. But it says, according to the study, only around 231 of the nearly 3,000 participants named it as their favorite aspect. Only 200. That's less than 1%. No, less than 10%. Some cited intense release that orgasm provided, while others simply described it as the natural peak of the experience. So,
okay, another one, intimacy, or some version of that, like closeness, cuddling.
intimacy and closeness is number 1.
I figure.
By far, the most valued part of sex was the emotional connection, warmth, and security it entails. This finding emphasizes the outdatedness of purely instrumental models of sex. While physical gratification matters for many people, is most rewarding when it enhances their sense of relational security.
Okay, so I got number 1 and number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can fill in the middle. What else do people love about sex?
People's favorite things about it.
Maybe something like feeling sexy.
Number 5 is making their partner feel good.
Oh, okay.
So it's
interesting. I would have never put that one on the list.
In second to last place, 241 participants said their favorite part of sex was being able to make their partner feel good. These individuals most enjoyed visibly seeing or hearing the fruits of their sexual labor.
It's interesting that more people said that it's important to them to make their partner feel good than orgasm. That's interesting. Okay.
About almost the same amount of people, but take another.
Those are the women are the number 5, the men are the number 6. Let me think. What else would people like about? I mean,
the funny thing is, in a lot of ways, they're just explaining things you've already. Just because I know you so well, I think you're kind of getting at. Number 4 is love and care. People say their favorite part of sex was that it allowed them to express love in the most tangible physical way. For these individuals, sex was deeply fulfilling in the context of feeling appreciated, valued, and desired.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess that's kind of what you were getting at.
Sort of, yeah.
Number 3 is pleasure. Participants' third most favorite aspect of the sex was simply the fact that it made them feel good. Nearly 400 participants cited the excitement, gratification, and physical pleasure that sex allows for.
Okay, so we're just missing number 2?
Number 2 is specific sexual acts. And the interesting thing is the jump was, number 3 was 400 participants. Number 4 was 300. The jump from 3 to 2 was 900 participants.
So the thing they enjoy most is specific things about, like it's the blowjob in the sex.
Yes, the responses were wide ranging. Some general acts of intimacy, like kissing or cuddling, while others preferred more specific experiences like oral, the use of toys, or switching between different positions.
Anal night's my favorite. I feel closest.
Some individuals had a reliable favorite, while others found joy in the variety of playfulness of trying new things. What these responders have in common is on a focus of the texture of sex, not just what it means, but how it's.
I don't like that.
How it's.
I don't like the way texture is being used in this context.
Well, they're saying it's how it's experienced minute to minute. So some people like it to change often, and some people like it to be the same. For these individuals, favorite acts weren't necessarily concerned with what was most efficient or goal-oriented. They cared about what felt most engaging, what brought them into the moment, helped them feel embodied, or matched their preferences for pacing.
Very detailed answers.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of sex?
Oh, I don't know.
He's like, with the coming.
I know we're going to get out of here, but this I was going to link to your animal article too. I was going to pivot this way. But real quick, they've done a study. Marriage has a surprising link to dementia risk. New study finds.
Marriage. like being married has
yes,
a
for the
high-
most part, science has found that marriage comes with health benefits, lower heart disease risk, longevity, lower risk of depression.
It's just because you're not out doing coke with strippers anymore.
Better cancer survival rates. But now come the surprising finding of a new study that getting married may significantly increase your risk of dementia. Accounting for age and sex, researchers found that widowed, divorced, and never married individuals had an approximate 50% lower risk of dementia.
Is it because you have to like take care of yourself more?
Honestly, it doesn't say, or it might say, but that was kind of what I was assuming.
Yeah, like the widowed thing is interesting. It's not like
you kind of split duties up in a partnership, so it's like you plan all.
Yeah,
our
like I'm
travel.
gonna forget how to drive because I'm getting rid of my car, and you drive us everywhere.
When we travel, people are like, "Where are you flying to?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Ask her. Like, ask my assistant." You know what I mean? Like, I'm just walking through life like a person with Alzheimer's anyway.
Like, maybe that is.
I don't know. Point me to my car.
Yeah.
And then when
where'd we park?
When we go to Costco, I do all the work.
Yeah.
Because it's heavy. The findings they note could also indicate delayed diagnosis amongst unmarried individuals, as married individuals are, quote, more likely to engage in preventative medical care than unmarried individuals.
Well, and if you're going nuts, and like fucking walking into the refrigerator door every day, I'm gonna notice.
Yes.
But if you live alone,
yeah, interesting. So I just assume existing theories about why being in a marriage could lead to better health include stronger immune function, lower cortisol, stress. But finally, the Florida researchers make a point of noting that it's the quality of a marriage that could have the most to do with related health outcomes.
I mean, it's like if you're married to someone who throws you down the stairs once a month.
Yeah, it's not better.
I would argue there's some health risks there.
Yeah. It's case by case basis.
A lot of bone loss going on in those marriages.
Yeah.
Anyway.
By the time the osteoporosis hit her.
Yeah. The femur was already fucked in.
John can't hit her anymore because osteoporosis has. Anyway,
all right, we're getting out of here.
We are Unraveled. Catch us on Instagram. Mine is con.tv. Yours is
Olivia Janelle. If you don't know how to spell it, we're all just fucked at this point.
Look in the
link. Named Mushroom.
Look in the links.
He never posts anymore. His mom's getting real lazy.
His mom's lazy.
He's like, the problem is he doesn't want to be on camera.
No. We'll see you later.
Bye.